welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. It's Barnes. It's Michael.
I know. No, we are better, but they are our favorite. I feel like two-man on radio.
100%.
Right.
Unequivocally.
Yes. Unequivocally.
And speaking of To the Wire, the old pick segment.
Yes.
Me, Tony, who coincidentally somehow.
I know.
I feel like he's feeling the heat.
Oh yeah. Are the picks in?
Picks are in.
Okay, good.
We talked turkey earlier.
All right, good.
But we'll get to it in a sec. But just so everybody knows, me and Tony both went 2-1 last night, so I'm still 2 games behind. But we got 9 games tonight. 9 games tonight, so easily could take this thing over. And as we have game day tomorrow, could be the winner. So Tony, get that Venmo account ready. We'll see what happens. Obviously, need some luck going my way in terms of the games tonight. But before we get to the NHL, got some other newsworthy items. And the first, obviously, has to be the retirement of Bruce Lombardi, also known as Bruce Arians. I've spoke to you, Michael, about how he thinks he's King Kong, such a great coach, legend.
All him.
Tom Brady. Nice. That's crazy.
Barnes, could you have won that year if you were the coach of the Super Bowl, right? Yeah. There you go.
Listen, and I liked him with the Steelers back in the day. I liked him with the Colts, even with the Cardinals and Carson Palmer. But since he's been in Tampa, it's like enough is enough. Like, you're not the reason, the glue, this, that. And there was a lot of rumblings this offseason about, maybe why Brady initially retired is because he doesn't like Bruce Arians, and there's been some reports, that he doesn't like that he's not buttoned up, and that's what created the Antonio Brown situation. So personally, with Bruce Arians, I guess they had a press conference. I didn't see the press conference, but I heard basically he said he liked this opportunity because he's going to be a special advisor in the front office. So that means they're going to give him a check. He's going to do nothing. But he tried to say I just wanted to get Todd Bowles a shot with a good team. Brady's going to be back. So I felt like it was a good time. Nonsense. All offseason, he's been talking about how he's coming back next year. He's ready to go. And especially with Brady back. You're honestly telling me that he wouldn't want to come back next year to coach, and he's thinking about Todd Bowles. We're talking about Todd Bowles with the Jets at the podium. They're 3-10, and they ask him, what's going on, and he said, "We're just not playing well, And that's all we got, Michael. I mean, how many of those press conferences did we get?
Oh man, too many.
And we know all of our dreams died.
I hate those pressers.
That game in Buffalo, that week 17, we talked about it before the show,
dude.
The beginning of the end. It seemed like there was so much promise after that.
And
especially Fitzpatrick.
I know
where he used to play. You'd think there'd be a motivational factor.
I know nothing,
dude.
Shit the bed, dude.
Dude, what about Brandon Marshall that year? What did he have? 15 touchdowns?
Literally, dude.
Him and Decker.
I know.
I thought that connection would continue for years, and really, that was it. Decker was completely done. Marshall pretty much the same. That's kind of my thoughts there on Todd Bowles. Now, I think he's done a good job with the Tampa defense. So, is it possible that this works out? And I think a big part of that might be Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator. Yeah. He almost took the Jags job. Obviously, he was a former quarterback for the Jags. So I think, he's a big reason why the team will do good offensively. So I think it's more like co-coach.
So you know what I think is going to – yeah, exactly. But I also think what's going to happen is they didn't want this to be Leftwich's first year as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Tom does retire – I think Todd will also or
Leftwich will just go to another team.
Yeah.
So I kind of I'm almost more thinking that he'll hop in the next cycle.
Next one, definitely. There's no way.
Yeah. But it's funny. You know, Brady obviously is calling all
Who would
the
you
shots. Who would I want between them? Definitely Leftwich.
Yeah.
You know, and like I said, Bulls deserves a shot, but I think he's got to be with someone that has this defense that's just like hands down the best in the league. I think that's how you get the most out of him. Not, you know, a Brady team. I mean, it's all about Brady. And we know, like I said, his fingerprints were all over this. And I think, you know, he probably likes Bulls because he's more of a serious guy. So he's more buttoned up than Bruce Arians. So it definitely caught me by surprise, nevertheless. And you know what was interesting? I was listening to Boomer and Gio today. You know how we've talked a lot, Michael, about the possibility of DK Metcalf coming to the Jets. And they threw out another name. How about AJ Brown?
I know.
Dude, same situation, the contract.
Yes.
Sleeper, Debo Samuel. How unbelievable would that be? Same situation, all second, third round picks. So there's going to be their last year of their contract. They want to get that big mega deal that Tyreek Hill got. So these teams might not want to give him $20-30 million, really $30 million a year. So I think, though, you know, the Niners are going to do everything they can to keep Samuel, but I definitely could see Metcalf and I definitely could see AJ Brown. But it's going to be interesting. But honestly, you know, if you're going to get one of those guys for a couple twos, a 2 and a 3, a 3 and a 4, and not give up first round picks, I think it's worth it. I don't really want to give up either of the first round picks. I mean, it's like, there really isn't anybody that it would be worth giving up for other than a quarterback. And obviously, you know, they're not in the market for a quarterback at the moment. And hopefully Zach gives them a reason not to be this season. This is a huge season for Zach Wilson. So we'll see what happens. But once again, I mean, the NFL just coming in with these headlines.
I know.
Coach Brady.
He's here.
He came.
He's doing what
saw.
Yeah. He conquered.
So I just can't believe too. Bruce Arians only 3 years in Tampa. That's why it's just such a force. It's not his decision. It's one of those things. It's like the Chris Rock punch or whatever. It's like, come on, me and you,
we know.
We see right through it. So
right through it.
You know, that's what I got in terms of that. And one other thing that
what else you
there
got?
Was a lot of discussion about New York Yankees. They announced today that 21 of their games are going to be only exclusively broadcast on Amazon Prime. So a lot of backlash. And actually, Dog was talking on the radio yesterday. It was just funny, like why he would reference them. So you know how, like, within the past year, obviously, you know, Larry King passed away. Yeah. So he's like, God forbid, Larry King's still alive. You think he's gonna watch the damn ball game? Like, God, he's saying it like that. It's like, why are you? I just don't get why you'd bring him up. And then the morning show, they were having fun with it. And they're like, what's he gonna say? Betty White? She's gonna pull it up.
Oh my God! Imagine.
Oh man, he is funny. But I was kind of saying this to you before the show. I mean, it doesn't affect really the newer age people like ourselves, but these older people that might not believe in this subscription stuff, they might not be able to get the game. I mean, overall, honestly, no matter what sport we're talking about, I mean, what's your thoughts on these exclusive streaming service standalone games?
Not okay with it.
Really? Strongly against?
I mean, like you just said, you gotta, you know, I feel like if you're a network of that magnitude, you know, it's got to be on multiple places.
Yeah.
Like they should know, like, we have those 26 games or whatever. You can make money on the other channels that could put it on, you know, regular television or whatever. Have them, you know, charge them to send a crew there and film.
I mean, the easy thing too, because they're all about these like blackouts and stuff with all the sports. It's like, why not just have the game available for everyone outside of the market, so then it doesn't affect the everyday viewer, and then you're only giving more access instead of taking that access away. And you know, I'm not even putting a shot out, but you know, like as far as popularity, obviously hockey's still really trying to grow. Like I feel like this is a move that you do for the NHL, not Major League Baseball, talking about how they want to get more people into the game, engage with the fans, and it's like going exclusives on Apple Plus, Amazon Prime. I don't know if that's a move. I mean, like I said, I'll be watching the game. 21 games for one team seems very strong, especially when you consider the fact that they're going to be on TBS, they're going to be on Fox, they're going to be on Saturday Night Baseball. So I don't quite get it. I guess we'll see kind of how it plays out. And I did see too, for Tony's sake, so I'm sure he loves this. The first Mets game, I believe, I could be mistaken, but I think the first Mets game, it's either the first game of the season or the home opener, whatever it is going to be on Apple Plus. So I'm sure he'll be excited for that. It might be the second game, actually, because I think they said Scherzer's debut. But I can't wait to see what he says about that. Honestly.
I know.
So I just thought that was kind of funny. And really, other than that, I mean, me and him talked about Severino yesterday. I guess he felt good throwing on the side, so fingers crossed he'll be okay. I think Yankees got pounded by the Blue Jays yesterday. Today, right now, down 5-0. And of course, Michael King giving up a 2-run homer to Bryce Harper.
Wow.
Last inning, Jameson Taillon got the start. 3 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Obviously, though, being spring training, not too concerned about that type of stuff. But I mean, you'd like to be on the right side of things. So, I mean, as we stand here today, 1 week till opening day, the Yankee game will be about in the 6th or 7th inning at this point because it's a 1:00 game, first game of the season against the Boston Red Sox. Chris Sale injured, so we know obviously Garrett Cole will be pitching. And it's going to be interesting to see who Boston. I guess Nathan Eovaldi, the former Yankee, the former Ray, will be out there, but I can't wait. Baseball just around the corner. So just really an exciting time of year. And how about too, Michael? I mean, we've been talking about this draft for a while. We're inside 1 month till the NFL draft, Las Vegas, April 28th.
What's the craziest thing that you think is going to happen?
I think that because we see this time and time again. How many years have we heard? Like, I know obviously you have the Trevor Lawrence years and you have the Joe Burrow years, but how many times have you heard? Yeah, teams are kind of low on the quarterbacks. The first one might go off the board in the middle of the first. Right. They don't have these high grades. Oh, yep. To the first two picks of the draft are quarterbacks. I mean, it's like that type of stuff happens all the time. So
all
I think,
the time.
There's in projections they're saying like, oh, Kenny Pickett. He'll be the first quarterback off the board at 12, 14, and then I could see him going like 2 to the Lions. Like, I just don't understand the thought process. They're saying the Lions are completely out on a quarterback. They're saying the Giants are completely out on a quarterback. It's like, how could you say that with Jared Goff and Daniel Jones, respectively? I just don't understand it. So I think that's really going to be the biggest thing. And other than, a superstar being involved in a trade that, is about a top 10 pick in this year's draft. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think that's going to be the Jets. Like I said, I mean, of course, those receivers would be great, but I don't know. Like even that second pick at 10, like if it was just straight up, you didn't have to give up anything else. Obviously, you have to sign to an extension. For any of those receivers that I mentioned, would you give that pick up straight up for them?
I don't know.
Because I just feel like it's like whenever you have to do a record-breaking contract and
I
give up a first.
No.
Like, I'd rather take that chance on developing a guy. And I think it's just all about the New York Jets right now is just all about getting talent in the room. And that's why you just set your hands. And I wouldn't even be opposed at 10 to trading back to maybe 12 or 13 and then picking up some more selections.
Exactly.
So I can't wait to see how the future of our team is going to be built.
Me too.
You think definitely wide receiver in the first round or no?
No.
You think it's going to go defense?
Yeah. Defense in line.
I want that pass rusher at 4 from Oregon.
I know.
Thibodeau.
I know.
20 sacks, dude.
I need it.
Because I just feel like it's like they've kind of like, I don't know, poo-pooed the importance of a pass rusher. It's like we never have like a big sack guy. But I am excited. Carl Lawson, he missed that whole season last year coming back from the Achilles. He literally could have 12, 15 sacks this year.
100%.
And do you feel like too, just in general, even though obviously, of course, they're going to add guys, but the guys that are in this system because of the work that Coach Saleh does with his defense, that there's going to be just a lot of improvement against guys that you're not expecting it.
Oh, 100%.
He's kind of done that. So it's funny though, because my friends always give me a hard time. Oh, you're always saying this is the year for the Jets. This year for the Jets. This year for the Jets. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. And it just doesn't happen. But it's like at some point that
law of averages.
Literally law of averages. But Sam Darnold is going to have a terrible year. Panthers have been doing everything they can to replace him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just thought of it with the law of averages. But I think they're going to take a quarterback in the first round, but I think they have to pay him $18 million because they jumped the gun because he's got off to that good start last year. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
And that's why Tony was all excited.
And they paid him after that?
Well, because what it is like, so you're a first-round pick. It's a 4-year contract and just first-round picks exclusively. All the other rounds, it's just 4 years. That's it. No options, anything. You have a 5th-year option that puts you, I think, in the top 10 or top 15 of play average salary of players at that position. So, but they have to decide a year early on that. So, you know what I mean? You're projecting a year out. So a lot of times guys are like, oh, we're going to decline it, even if the guy's okay. Because it's like, well, it's a lot of money to commit. But they just jump the gun. Oh, Darnold looks great. 5 rushing touchdowns for the first couple games. And then, oh my God, seeing ghosts.
I know.
But in all seriousness, did you know it right away with him? Like you saw it or
no, he was damaged goods.
What was it though? You just
I thought he was good. It just wasn't him. It was we had Gase, bro.
So you think like
Gase ruined him?
If Saleh was the coach,
yes, different career.
That's so sad.
I know. That's why I don't feel as like hateful towards him as you.
No, I don't hate him. I just
you
think
told
he
me
sucks.
off air. You said you hate him.
No, but seriously, I just think he sucks. Like
no,
that's
yeah.
not hating him.
No, I think he sucks because the coach made him so bad, dude. He's coaching high school offensive.
Did you know? Did you smell a rat at the press conference with Gase with the
dude?
Yo, how funny was that picture,
dude? Instantaneously.
No, but like we get around for all these like zoom into Tony, like with some of the face he makes. Nothing tops the. I swear it's so funny.
Christopher Johnson, Mike McKagan, rest of the Jets organization. I know it was a long process for you guys. A lot of candidates. I know it was a lot of tireless nights. I know we had a couple late night FaceTime sessions there at the end, which is always fun when you kind of think it might be the call and it's not.
Dude, this is like
it's ways away before we get players
like,
in here.
I didn't because I don't know about you, but like I don't watch these type of things. I didn't even really see this. I just saw the picture of
we're here for one reason.
Face. But this is insane.
Started a couple days ago, and we'll see what it brings to us.
You feel like you know what it almost reminds me of the way he's talking of like Jim Carrey in that video we just watched.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
Like just kind of fucking around, like he's not being serious.
Wayne Gretzky. He's coaching to where football is going.
Dude, how bad is Christopher Johnson?
This is really the first time I've been able to get with a guy this young, this early in his career.
Sam.
You know, we're going into year 2, and I mean he's hungry for knowledge. He wants to be coached, which when you have a type of player that does have.
Do you think he's part of the Illuminati?
This is an exciting thing for me to go through.
Adam, in Miami, you had control.
What is that? What is that face?
Why would you agree to the setup the way it is here? And
dude, 100%, yes.
But it's just so crazy to the feel. I know they didn't even accomplish anything last year, but just like from Robert Saleh's press conference to that.
Do you want to see it real quick?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's hilarious. It's so awesome. Look at this. It's already different.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh,
whoa, that's not a good one.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us.
COVID.
yeah.
We officially welcome head coach Robert Saleh. We will hear from Christopher Johnson and Coach Saleh.
Rehab, the way we communicate, the way we speak to one another. Cannot tell you enough about how excited I am to work with this entire Jets organization and understanding that when we wake up in the morning, we will all, from top down, step on the pedal and find a way to get somewhat better than we were when we woke up. To our fans, we embrace your passion. We embrace your expectations. We cannot wait to go on this journey with you. Please understand, we understand that we have a lot of work to do, but make no mistake that our goal is to win championships. And so again, I cannot wait to get through this journey with all of y'all.
And
it's going to be an exciting time.
He's not talking about looking in the sky. There's a song. Yo, there's a song. Tell me this doesn't go perfect. And then we'll get back to sports. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna mute him. Adam Gase Press. All right, ready? Oh, wait.
I can go twice as high. Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice
Dude,
as high.
we have to put this together.
Take a look.
We have to put a video like this together.
I will.
A reading rainbow. I can go.
Oh my god.
Dude, I can't believe they hired him. They hired him, Parts.
After he fell apart in Miami.
Parts. Have you ever heard the audio of Peyton Manning saying, "Oh my god"?
You think what was the deal? You think Peyton was paid off?
Yeah, dude, 100
Or-
something, or
or-
he hit something with the Jets.
No. But that or Gase had something on him. Maybe road trip, walked in on him.
Photos.
Could be, right?
Yeah, that's a good call, Barnes. I like your detective.
Because it's like Peyton Manning is too smart
I
to
know.
think that guy has any type of knowledge. I mean, that's what it is, honestly. I mean, I think hiring him as your head football coach makes as much sense as wearing a mask. Honestly, that's how helpful it is.
Yeah. Oh, 100% too.
So that's just crazy. But little potpourri, as we like to say,
that laugh. That was
to
funny.
start. But I think it's time to go to the world of the National Hockey League.
In they come. Heaven, what a save by Vasilevsky. Are you kidding me? McAvoy, Frederick, did you get the license plate number on that truck? McDavid, beautiful move. You just knew that Connor McDavid was going to make a statement. What a goal.
I mean, and speaking of that, how about a goal for McDavid in a shootout to beat the Kings last night? So 3 overtime games. McDavid
You pick
with
him?
the game winner.
You
I
picked
did
him?
pick him. I went 2-1 like I was mentioning earlier. I had the Oilers. I had the Sabres, which lost, but then I did pick the Coyotes. And I was thinking that was going to be a 1-0 game. I guess I gave Vejmelka too much credit, but he did have 39 saves, which is pretty good. And they did get Jenik with the old 2 goals. But just overall last night, really in terms of surprises, I guess, if you're talking about, just odds and stuff, having the Coyotes defeat the Sharks 5-2, I mean, that's a surprise for everybody. For me, not so much. I mean, the Blues I expected to win, the Jets over the Sabres. I did pick the Sabres, but of course, the Jets are the better team. I was just thinking Buffalo has played well of late, but the game of the night for me, how about your New York Rangers win again? Tony's pumped. I'm pumped. The Garden's going to be rocking tomorrow. Absolutely can't wait. Going to be a hell of a night. But last night, 5-4 in a back and forth game, which they were tied after 2. I mean, tied at 2 apiece after 1, tied at 3 apiece after 2, and tied at 4 apiece after 3.
Wow.
So, I mean, just back and forth.
Were you watching?
Yes, I was.
Wow.
So very exciting. And the fact too that, listen, the Detroit Red Wings are not going to win a Stanley Cup. Dominic Hasek isn't coming out of retirement.
Yeah.
But to have Gorgie in goal, 22 of 26 between the pipes, to get a win with him, I think is huge. And, get you Sturkin that rest. I think that's important. And you just look at the range of scores every game for the Rangers. Of course, Kreider scores in a lot of games, but other than that, I mean, just so much variety up and down this roster. Reeves, 3rd goal of the season. He's not a big scorer. He's on the 3rd or 4th line. He leads off the game with a goal. And then you get Scheidel with his 7th at the end of the 1st. And then Panarin, his 18th. We know about all the assists he has. And then, of course, Mr. Power Play himself, Chris Kreider in the 3rd, to even this game up at 4. And then the new addition, Andrew Cope, in overtime to seal it. And the good times keep on rolling for your New York Rangers. And I believe Boomer was saying on Boomer and Gio this morning that they have the third most wins in regulation in the NHL, only behind the Florida Panthers and the Colorado Avalanche, who are two of obviously the best teams in the league. And you just look at this for the Rangers. So they have won 6 out of 7, including 4 straight. So your last 4, the Penguins, the Sabres, the Penguins, and the Red Wings. Obviously, the game that will be at tomorrow against the Islanders, is a big game. And obviously, just due to the toughness of the Metropolitan Division, the Islanders are over 500, but will not make the playoffs. So definitely looking to play spoil. Jeez.
You water?
Parched over here. I'll get through it.
Do you need one?
Tough it out. I mean,
I don't mind.
I mean, if you get this one. So obviously, being the rival like the Rangers, of course, they would be pumped about that. But I expect, with Shesterkin in net and the Garden, I feel like is going to be absolutely rocking. So it couldn't be a better time for me to make my hockey debut at the Garden. I think the energy is going to be through the roof. And it's just because, the state of New York sports, it's been kind of down recently. We haven't had a championship in a while. So, Rangers, obviously, thank you, have not won since 1994. So everybody's hungry. We want to see this be the year. The Rangers made these great moves at the deadline. And obviously the guys that are already on the team, like Shesterkin, like Kreider, have been playing huge roles. I think I'm just going to take a sip first.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, they've been playing huge roles, as Barnes was about to say.
Huge
and there
roles all season. And let's see the good times keep rolling. And before we get to the picks, Tony did text me his picks earlier, so I'll give you guys those. For our last night of this pick segment, I can't believe how quick it's gone. It's like every week in the NFL when I kept saying to Tony, "Can you believe it's week 15?"
I know.
But it is nuts because right. I mean,
How many picks was it total?
So we're gonna have 5 picks each tonight, and we've made 89. So that'll be 94 picks. Almost made it to 100 throughout this competition. So listen,
Total or
yeah.
Wow.
And you look at it, for us to both, I mean, Tony, 11 games over 500. I'm 7 games over 500. I mean, I think that's pretty good. These games always, all the time, the stuff that you expect to happen doesn't happen. But you're just doing a quick standings update here before we get to the night. So Rangers are in third, 93 points. So now they are 3 clear of both the Lightning and the Penguins, 4 clear of the Maple Leafs. So in prime position here. And then right now, actually, we have a tie. Carolina's been heating up of late between Carolina and Florida at 96. So still an outside chance that your New York Rangers could be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. That would obviously be something, but time will only tell till we get to that last day of the season. But just to take a look at tonight, so go with picks and we'll kind of just toggle. Like I said, it's going to be 5 picks, 1 common game. But to start it off, I know Tony did take the Bruins at home versus Michael's New Jersey Devils. So obviously right there, Tony with a little slap in the face, obviously revenge on his mind.
Definitely.
And I just think that's a bad pick, honestly, because I think he just, Bruins going to win. Bruins.
Yeah.
Pasternak.
Yeah.
Just, how many times can you make the same mistake? They just lost to the Maple Leafs the other night. I know the Maple Leafs are better than the Devils, but we've seen the Devils have some great games. So I think that's going to be a tough one for him. And we go to the next game, our common game, Jets and Maple Leafs. So he went with wow. I think I actually, no, wasn't our common game. My mistake. So actually that was... Okay, yeah, that's my pick. I'm going Maple Leafs over Jets. Tony's huge on the Jets. Maple Leafs, listen, I've mentioned their struggles before, but they have picked it up of recent. So Austin Matthews. So I like them here. So I think that's going to be a good one for me. Next on the docket, we have the Panthers. We have the Blackhawks. I also have the Panthers here. I mean, we've talked about Huberdeau all season. 70 assists, 70.
You love that name.
I mean, it's great. I mean, he's a great player. He could be a future New York Ranger. I mean, obviously, Vetrano's worked out great. And I just think Chicago has no dog in this fight, as Tony would say. just in terms of from an offensive perspective, them, kind of winging it at goalie after trading Marc-Andre Fleury. So I think easily, I mean, this is a game where you take -1.5 for the Panthers. The next game, we have the Blue Jackets, we have the Islanders, and Tony switches gears here. He did get beat the other night taking the Blue Jackets, so he goes Islanders tonight. And I have to say, I like his pick. I mean, Islanders have been playing a lot better of late. Of course, too little, too late. So I do like that one. I do think it'll be a close game, but I expect the Islanders to win as well. Next game up, we have the Hurricanes versus Tony's Canadiens, -430 for the Hurricanes. So at home, Aho, 30 goals, 36 assists this season. I mean, I think it could be 7-1, but at the same time, the Canadiens have won these games before, but I'm confident with the Hurricanes here. Next up, our common game, the Penguins and the Wild. Of course, we know Tony's, infatuation with Cam Talbot. So I guess that's why he goes Wild. And he's going home team. He's going favorite, -130. I got the Penguins. And listen, I've talked about it. They definitely haven't shown up certain games, but 40-18 is 40-18. So obviously, they're still one of the better teams in the league. They still have Sid the Kid, obviously the future Hall of Famer. So I think this is going to be one of those low scoring. Jerry does a great job in net. Give me the Penguins here. I'm going to say this is actually going to be a 1-0. I know I've been on the 1-0 games lately, but I do think this is going to be one. And then next game up, Avalanche Sharks. Tony goes Avs. I mean, that's an easy one. I've been kind of down on the Sharks for a while, ever since Meyer had 5 goals in one game. So I think he's hits it on the head there. And then I go Flames over the Kings. I mean, Goudreau, another one of my guys. Goudreau and Huberdeau. Those might be one of my 2 non-Ranger favorites in the National Hockey League. But Flames roll here. I think 7-3 against the Kings. I mean, Kings are kind of fading out here. And I'm, for their sake, they want to hang on in this playoff race, but definitely not a guarantee. And I know I always tell Tony Kopitar, but I just think he's a little washed, just like Jonathan Quick. And then the last game, the Stars, the Ducks. Tony goes Stars, and he's scarred by taking the Ducks so many times, 27-30. One point, I feel like they might have been almost 10 games over 500 this year, really just collapsing, and Terry just hasn't stepped up. So, I think Tony hits it on the head there with the Stars. I think they're a lot better. So just to give a recap, I have the Leafs, the Panthers, the Hurricanes, the Flames, and the Penguins. Tony goes with the Avs, the Bruins, the Stars, and the Islanders. So tomorrow it will be decided. So obviously, for me to win this, if you think about it, 5 games. So let's say I go, 4-1. I will need Tony to go at least 2-3 to have a tie, or 1-4 to have a win, or have to go perfect. So definitely going to be a tough one. If you had to put some type of odds on it, Michael, what would you give it?
I think you guys are going to be tied.
So you think it's going to be the old 4-1-2-3?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I'll take a tie, honestly. I know you play to win, but I will take a tie after, it looks like this thing was definitely over. But it's been fun. Love making picks. But we're going to have our next contest coming up for Major League Baseball.
100%.
That's going to be great, even though Tony wants to go to his first game in September because of his schedule.
June.
June, remember? No, I know. I was just making light of it. But we're going in May. I mean, enough is enough, really.
You go May, June, July, August, and September.
Once a month. Why not? Tickets, $9.
I know, honestly.
Depending on what game we're talking about. So
yeah,
that's going to be fun. So, hey, I mean, hopefully I'll pull something off here. Obviously, we'll see. But like I said, nevertheless, just really excited for the game tomorrow. And then, so they did have an update. Just a quick, NBA, some news here. So, we mentioned the Mobley injury. He's out Wednesday. Will miss at least the next 2 games. So you might get a couple games before the season ends. What do you think? Push comes to shove, Michael. Rookie of the year, Mobley or Cunningham?
Mobley.
Close or no?
Mm-hmm.
Cade's really come on strong after a very weak start. Very weak start. So I think
totally
that'll be interesting, and really just like what type of moves the Cavs make. And I don't know about you. So let's just say, I know you're big on, LeBron coming to town next year, but let's just have a hypothetical here where they don't do that. Do you think their next move is trading Colin Sexton?
Maybe more because it's going to be a lot for LeBron.
No, but I'm saying no LeBron. I'm saying what's the pivot?
Yeah, definitely Sexton.
Love too. I like him as a veteran presence on the team, right? I mean, he's a high contract, obviously, but
yeah, you might as well just stick with it. He's great there. He's doing well. He's doing amazing. No one thought he would except us.
You know who's really stepping up? Isaac,
dude. I know, bro. How funny is that?
I thought he was trash. So I didn't really kind of closely follow him.
Yeah,
but I did not think he was that good.
He's athletic as fuck.
You think he could ever be an all-star or just a solid player?
Sean Marion.
Dude, Sean Marion was an all-star. The Tricks? Are you kidding? Sean Marion, I think I've probably mentioned this with you before. Not in a while. One of my favorite players of all time.
You have? I know that of you.
We haven't talked about it in a while, though.
I know we haven't. No, but I do know that of you. I recall that. That's why when I said it, I you like that comparison.
And then, Okoro, 9.6 points per game last year. This year, 9 points a game. He's getting 29 minutes. So he's only 21 years old, though. So obviously a lot of room to grow here. And, last year, Sean Marion, 29% from three, though this year, 35%. So stepping up a little bit. We saw Marion kind of go through those phases.
Yeah, but his jumper was crazy, but he did shoot well later on.
I think in the modern era, though, I don't think there was ever anybody that shot like him.
No one. I've never seen that. Yeah.
No, you know what it looks like?
What?
Me hitting the game winner at Wakeman.
I know it does. It does from deep.
It's the same exact thing.
That's so funny.
Man, I really miss those Suns teams though. That was
so
fun.
Good, dude. I know Steve Nash, man. Amari in his prime.
And it's crazy too. I don't know about you, and maybe because you were always obviously a student of the game, but I just missed the ball when it came to Nash in Dallas. I just thought he was like pretty good, but I never thought he would be an MVP.
No, back to back.
But do you think also that was like kind of ridiculous? That they gave him the MVP twice?
I don't know. He deserved it.
I mean, no, he was crazy.
60 wins.
Yeah.
Best team in the West. Without him, they weren't a franchise that was good. I mean, remember there was no Phoenix Suns, bro, until him. Before that, it was the 90s.
Yeah. And Amari, obviously in his prime. Do you honestly think though?
Remember him against the Spurs? He dropped 50 on Tim Duncan. I was like, oh my god.
No, I always just remember that season. I think he had 10 straight games of 30 points or something.
I know
crazy.
The Knicks. I know.
But no,
you have to go there. Why?
No,
I didn't want to even. I was trying to just not go there. But go ahead.
No, but dude, what about? I know you remember this one. I think it was like a Saturday game. Sotomayor for the win for 3, and then they wave it off because he was like a second late.
Yep.
Dude.
It's the start of it.
Do you really think, though, like, let's just say that in the middle of that year, they don't trade for Melo?
Yes.
It really, what's
the difference?
Yeah.
You keep Danilo, you keep Timothy, you keep Wilson, which I know you're like, but still.
Wilson Chandler?
Yeah, he was on the team.
No, I'm saying, dude, Wilson Chandler, one of the more underrated players.
Yeah, you keep all 3 of them and then just sign Melo in the offseason.
No, how nasty was Ray Felt, too? I know he sucked, especially the second time around.
No, but
that year.
He was North Carolina.
Yes.
Raymond Felton.
Yes.
150%, dude. 150.
Like, in the past, I don't know, 15 years, was that year the most fun you had with the Knicks or no?
Me?
Yeah.
As a fan, yeah. And Linsanity.
Oh my God.
That was fucking electric.
At the height of it, did you think he was gonna be like, $100 million contract type of guy?
I thought Barnes. Hold on. I thought that he was gonna have a chance in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he didn't get that chance because remember what happened?
With D'Antoni being tight and Melo? And I know he had the meniscus. But did he not recover from the meniscus, or did they not play him?
Did he not? No. What happened was the Melo came back, was jealous of and of
All the hype
and Lynn and this and all that bullshit. And but Amari, wasn't that the year Amari punched the locker room?
I think so.
Yeah, it was the same year. They couldn't play with Lynn because, Amari could. He loved it, but Melo is, dude, it's not the same Melo as now with the Lakers mentally.
Oh, my God.
Not even close.
What about, though, Lynn for 3 in the win against Toronto? Who did... The pose just looked like that. I had to just say
it was so magical against the Lakers. Spin on Fisher. Oh my God.
And then, I mean, to think back to how real that was, even, probably one of the most respected basketball minds of all time. I know you know what I'm going to say here. Kobe said, this is not like some random thing. This is real.
Yeah, I know.
And for him to say that.
And now you'd think that Melo would listen and just fucking not be a jerk.
What do you think, though, like, best case scenario if Melo's ego was put aside at that time?
At least the finals.
Really?
Yeah, with that team.
And you think, too, like, the whole reason.
Dude, they had Tyson Chandler.
Dude, how good was he?
In his prime, defensive player of the year, Chandler, bro. Come on.
But I mean, and do you think also like that was the whole reason they didn't match the offer from Houston on the restricted free agency with Lynn?
Yeah.
And yet, no, honestly, I was always a huge Tyson Chandler fan.
Huge, man. High school Chicago Bulls with Eddie Curry. They were so good with Kirk Heinrich and Ben Gordon, bro.
Dude, Benny.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I miss Clyde announcing with Gordon coming back to MSG, talking about how he grew up in New York.
I know.
Benny is real comfortable here.
I know, always.
Oh man, the old.
Why do you do
days.
this to me though? Why do you?
Well, I think good is around the corner, Michael. I really do. And the one thing that
Zion's around the corner.
Yeah, exactly. But I know you're tight that they've basically. I don't know if they've officially announced it, but it seems like the common sentiment is that Thibodeau is a lock to come back next year.
One more year. That's
so now you're okay with it.
That they're saying one more year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you think it's legit going to be one more year or not even?
I don't know, but you know what's funny, dude? I heard Max Loserman earlier today, sadly, and like he's like they're talking, and Don LeGreg is on, and they're talking like, of course Don goes, we're talking about, who should they replace there? It's like someone more relatable, blah blah blah. So we always talk about Jeff Van Gundy on our show, or it's like, of course you do. You ride him so hard, it's not even funny. Like all the time. And it's like he had his chance, dude. And then finally Jay was like, what about Mark Jackson, Jay Williams? It's the first time I've ever heard him say something smart. And I was like, exactly. I was saying it in the car to Renee. I'm like, Renee, Mark Jackson. And she's like, just looking at her phone. She's not even paying attention.
You know what's so odd with that? Like you definitely hear the Van Gundy thing mentioned sometimes, but with Mark Jackson, I feel like besides like our type of conversations or conversations with some of my other friends, I feel like that's never talked about. It's like there's some like secret thing that they're not telling. Like why there's like some vendetta against Mark Jackson.
No, seriously, there really is because I will talk
the prayer circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
But you did hear though. I don't know if this was just like as a cover up for that, but about how they claimed that he just wanted too much power in regards to the front office. You think that was a total snafu?
Yeah, you looking at me through James Dean right now. You're so funny, bro.
I swear to God, I didn't even mean to do that. I have this thing with like reflections, mirrors. I just like if they're there, I have to look at it.
All right, so that's bad funny though. But I do definitely think that was a cover-up story.
Yeah,
1000%.
He'd improved every year. And like, do you think though at this point that he's over what happened after that, or because he literally had to call the games, it's like he's like almost scarred for life?
No, he wants to come back and literally dominate. I think dude, it would be so How bittersweet would it be? Like literally, it's like 50. It was 74, I think, when they won. 84, 94.
68?
68 or whatever.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine if Mark Jackson becomes the coach, Zion comes, and it's like 4 championships in 5 years or something.
Oh, my God.
That's just, and he just walks up away from the game like, fuck you to the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah. That would be something. Wait, because Jackson, he was on 94 or no?
He was rookie of the year there, first of all.
In 94. Or no, before that.
It
was
was before, but
because he retired in like 2000.
Yeah. He was looking slow. He was in
Rockets.
I remember he was on the 2003 or 2002 NBA Live. Remember those games?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no. I want him, and that's that with Zion.
Yeah, make it happen.
Jeff as the assistant coach.
Would
Make
you
Michael K happy?
Would you trade the draft? Like you don't even care about your picks for the next 5 years?
For Zion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 straight years.
All my drafts, bro. No.
5 straight years. Quickly.
No.
I
already said
Grimes.
No. You can take Grimes. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna, dude. It's crazy because they'll take Julius.
Well, if they take Julius, I'm telling you, the minimum they want 3 draft picks.
No, not anymore because Julius brought his stock up.
Yeah.
And, there's people already talking about how he'd be a good fit with Ingram.
I guess we'll see, but very, very fascinating story. Very fascinating. So
we'll get the in inner development.
That's what we got, honestly.
Yeah.
But another great
show,
Rothenberg show.
Yes, dude.
Shout out to our idols.
A lot of laughs, dude.
Lots of laughs. Thank you to Adam Gase for being an idiot.
We got to think of a segment when it's just us, where we could do something with you, like Dave's. Rothenberg, but like something different.
No, we will. No, because we'll talk about it. But something with
only sports.
Where I feel like what I can do is like NFL players at like the skill positions within the past 10 years. Mostly upper draft picks. Like I'm pretty good at like where they went to college. Cause you know how Dave does that with like is it basketball players? They do that?
Yeah.
So we'll do something like that. We'll get back to you guys.
Yeah. I like that idea.
We're going to do something like that. But as always,
I see what you're saying. So sorry, real quick. It's like you're saying like it'll be
like you would say Julius Randle.
Yes.
And I would say Kentucky.
Exactly. And we'll say you could do football players.
Yeah. Cool. You'd say Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
I'd say Dayton. You'd say Peyton Manning. I'd say Tennessee.
Yeah.
But of course, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Keep commenting, liking, and subscribing. YouTube page. Check out all our videos. Get some merch.
Get on the Minds app.
Get some merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy their day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love